This is an early Monday morning garden tour since I forgot to do one this weekend. There is a little bit of a mess in here, so please excuse me. Here's the herb bed with lots of parsley and cilantro going to flower. Finally have 99%, actually the full bloom of this exquisite zinnia, and it really is beautiful. Have the red currant tomatoes growing here, vining up, as well as some borage. Still the little Hale's Best cantaloupe down there. This is the sweet passion melon, trailing its way up over the trellis. Here is the Minnesota midget. They seem to be growing a lot slower this week, so I don't know if it's the heat getting to them. On this side of the trellis, this is the honeydew melon. I had to trim off a piece here and here because it looked like brown lesions growing on it, but these other vines that I have left seem to be pretty healthy, so hoping that works. Those are all 18-day French radishes. I can't pronounce it in French. I'm not even gonna try. This right here is a Kajari melon, doing well. Also pretty slow to start. Okay, so let's come back over here. Here are the Shasta daisies. Here are some mustard greens that went to seed and fell over. I pulled out a bunch of peas, shelling peas here, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna put here. I'm gonna take this out as well. I don't see as many pollinators coming for it, but it's been flowered for a while. I may leave it in and save the seed pods. I'll see. Over here, I obviously still have some caterpillar over here because I pulled off some big ones yesterday, and now this leaf is completely gone. I pulled off two big old fat daddies. Anyway, here's some cabbage, some purple hull, cowpeas, dinosaur kale, what is this? Black cherry tomato. There's also a yellow pear tomato right there. African daisies, marigolds, some white Spanish onions, rosemary I just stuck in here, some petunias my mother actually bought me, so I need to find some place for them. Some more self-seeded borage, another yellow pear tomato, and another red currant tomato I have to stake up. Let's go this way. These are the kales, I believe collard greens, and 3 watermelons. So again, I don't know what variety that watermelon is. I just stuck seeds in some dirt. This is a Moon and Stars. This is another one I don't know, but it's finally getting long enough to trail up the trellis. The rest of these are just a variety of flowers. Nasturtiums, there are some radishes tucked in there. Nasturtiums, cosmos, marigolds, alyssum, more nasturtium, more cosmos I planted. I think those are gonna be bachelor buttons. I can't remember, but I did stick flower seeds pretty much everywhere. Here is, here's one of my collard greens getting devoured. But I'm gonna come out and sprinkle some BT on there. And it's not supposed to rain for about the next 10 days or so. So I'm gonna sprinkle this stuff with BT and trim off the really ugly leaves. And I may go ahead and make some of the kale powder the Black Homestead shared yesterday, or green powder, but I'll make it with kale and collard greens. Okay, just had a bug fly right in my ear. Anyway, here is what I believe to be a tender sweet orange watermelon. It's trailing out into the walkway, so I've got to train that back in there. More cosmos. I've got some lantana under there. I gotta pull some of the radishes out to make room for that. And we got the Moon and Stars watermelon over here, which is branching out really nicely. More beautiful cosmos. Those are the Bright Lights cosmos. More marigolds. That's a polar bear zinnia. Finally dying out, but there's some more heads coming up. This one is the Orange Glow watermelon. This one is the blue stripe Klondike, making its way over here. It's vining beautifully. Here's another thing of collards, a different variety. I think these are the Georgia collards, also being eaten. So again, BT shall be used today. More dinosaur kale, more collards. I stuck a little ají dulce, Puerto Rican seasoning pepper down here. We'll see how that does. There's also a zinnia. I believe that'll be a Will Rogers zinnia. And I stuck one of the Titan sunflowers there. It's just not doing very well, so I may start it from seed. I transplanted it, but it just kind of withered, and it looks like slugs got to it. And here is the dreaded weed. I did go to the store yesterday and picked up some more perennial flowers. So I have a new orange coneflower. It's really pretty. I try and pick up the ones that have a lot of flowers yet to bloom instead of the ones that are blooming already. So they don't look that pretty when I purchase them, but they look pretty later. Anyway, then I have this bee balm that I picked up. I went to Lowe's looking for this neon pink one again, but they didn't have anymore, so I got this one. And I also picked up these perennial poppies because I had gotten some poppies from Lowe's for $1 on the clearance rack, and I killed them. This is one of the spaghetti squash plants. I did finally add the cage to it because it was trying to attach itself to the back fence, which the deer will eat. There is a zinnia back there too getting pushed out. Anyway, here are the annual flowers, the sunflowers, Gerbera daisies, and this was the verbena and petunias. They seem to have died off, but I'm hoping now, being in some dirt finally, they'll be okay. I also stuck some Cosmo seeds in there a few weeks ago, so that's coming up. Here's a zucchini, green bush zucchini. More, what are these called? Night sky petunias. Here is a hibiscus plant that I had picked up, and I left it in the front yard, and the deer made a snack of it. So I'm hoping it'll be okay, but I have a bloom that should be opening up soon. Here's some basil and the Paul Robeson tomato, which is finally flowering. I've been coming out here and shaking them up to make sure I get some tomatoes soon. Here is some spearmint. I cut back. I have to finish cutting it back. Because again, that weed is growing underneath it, and I want to get it out this year. Not to mention there were caterpillars chewing on it, so it's just not that pretty looking, but it is starting to go to flower, so I might leave. Yeah, maybe I'll leave it since the pollinators like the mint. Here, more cosmos. There's a theme in here. There's a theme. Trust me. I might as well just call this the Cosmo Garden. Anyway, these are the Sugar Baby watermelons. Those I had to replant after a bird ate one, and then one just emerged and immediately died. Here is the Cocozella di Napoli zucchini. So far, I'm still not finding where that squash vine borer laid eggs, but I'm gonna come back out here again today because it's been a few days and I want to catch it before they bore their way into that. Here's some dill, elephant dill, I believe. These are the very heavy. They really need to be staked up. What are they called? Kellogg's breakfast tomatoes. And these look like some fasciated blossoms here. Oh no, they're not. They're just big blossoms. Actually, that one does look a little fasciated. Maybe a double bloom. But I have seen some tomatoes on there too. I can't find them right now, but anyway, they're there. Here's some holy basil. Some more cosmos. Bachelor buttons. So that one that I showed you first, that's not a bachelor button. I don't know what that is. More kale and curly kale, dinosaur kale. More cowpeas. So these are black-eyed peas, California black-eyed pea, and the purple hull black-eyed pea as well, or cowpea. More marigolds, seashell cosmos, little delicate pink ones. More bee balm. So this is what I showed with the honeydew melon and the kajari. Over here are the Thornburns terracotta tomatoes. Got a nice big juicy one there, and another little one growing right there. But all 6 of the plants over here have tomatoes on them. There's also onions down there as well, the same white Spanish onions. Here is a sunflower. I'm not sure what variety this is. It may be the Velvet Queen. I don't think I put the Titan in here just because it's huge, and it's already a full area. I put it over in the other side because it's not that full. But anyway, that's a sunflower. More dinosaur kale. This is supposed to be scarlet kale, but it didn't get purple. And then this is a cabbage that is bug ridden. So again, gonna get out here and put the BT down. Here's a zinnia, some alyssum, some more nasturtiums. These are getting hit in the butt with parsley. White Casper eggplant, some dill here, some carrots, Danvers carrots back here, more basil, the other bigger Casper eggplant there. I've been getting a lot of flowers, but no eggplants yet. So we'll see. And you can see something is really munching on those as well. The ladybugs that I bought, oh, I see the culprits over here now. I see 2 of them so far. I just came out squishing last night, and again, oh, no, I see 3. BT, okay, or is that DE? No, it's BT. I'm doing both, I don't care. Better safe than sorry. Anyway, so here are quite a nice cluster of Mortgage Lifter tomatoes. There are 5 growing right here. I see another one back there. I don't know where it is, but yeah, 5 in a cluster. The ladybugs I bought have all flown off. I think I catch the odd one every now and then, but I think for the most part they're all gone. This looks like it's going to be another polar bear zinnia. There's the Mexican torch sunflower, which there looks like that's another bud for that over here. And where I pruned the tomatoes a bit. Here are, I have an empty bed over there. I'm going to put some kind of flower in there. Here are the arroz con pollo peppers, another seasoning pepper from the Caribbean. Still not much going on there. There's some flowering, but not much production. Same with the Scotch bonnet peppers. And I know hot peppers take a while to get going, so. Oh wait, those are jalapenos. There are jalapenos on there. These are the Scotch bonnet peppers, and they are being, one of them is being completely squished by this Cosmo. So there it is. I had no idea, and there's hoverflies all over this Cosmo, so I'll let them do their thing. Here's another Cosmo plant with yet another spaghetti squash that needs a cage, because again, it's trying to attach itself, actually not trying, it attached itself to the outside fence. So I gotta get that on today, but I have to put the drip irrigation in here, which I've been saying for days and I haven't done. Anyway, another Cosmo. That's a different one than the one that's growing right there. Here is the big red pepper. Still nothing on there yet. Here is the Corbaci. This is the one that's producing the most so far. That's a sweet pepper, as is the big red. Big red can be a big roasting pepper or just used as a big red pepper. This is, who's this? This is the purple bell pepper. Got quite a bit of flowers on here. If I get some peppers, this will be the most successfully I've ever grown purple bells, because they normally don't do anything for me. Here is the California Wonder, green pepper, or red if you let it ripen. Flowers, no peppers yet, and lots of purslane I have to come pick out because marigolds I grew from seed that are very healthy and very happy here. This is the coral bell pepper, and I did see, yeah, there's a pepper growing down there. I think there are two. This is a flea beetle ridden and slug apparently ridden plant. This is the golden California Wonder. Still no peppers on here yet. I don't even really see many flowers. Buds, but no flowers. This is the sweet chocolate pepper, and I do have a few peppers on here so far. I think about 2 or 3. And then last but not least, the Ajvarsky pepper. This, excuse me, this is producing so far. I think it's just that one, but we've got peppers and then lots of leaf miners in this poor little nasturtium. So now let's check the perimeter. These are actually 4 zucchini plants. 2 are in the pots, 2 are in smaller pots that I haven't stuck in dirt yet. Still trying to get rid of them. Yeah, but they look healthy so far. Again, gonna come out and check for the squash vine borers. And here is a mystery tomato. I think this is the black brandywine. I don't know, because what I have marked as a brandywine doesn't have potato leaves, and I think brandywines have potato leaves, but otherwise I didn't plant any potato leaf variety, so I don't know what this is. This is the orange oxheart. Can be used as a slicer or a paste tomato. It's very productive. I just have one. This is the Dr. Wykes. Very, very bushy. Very, very bushy. This is Paul Robeson. Also very bushy. And I have the steak here. Why haven't I tied it up? I don't know. This, I believe, is a beef steak, I think. Also very bushy. Excuse the garbage. This is ambrosia corn. This is another squash. I believe this is the butternut squash. I see something coming in and chewing the leaves. It looks like slugs from the slime all over it. I did have to clean this one out. It had some weed that I was told is medicinal. I can't remember the name right now, but I had to clean it out because it looked diseased. So I pulled that out, and there was garlic in there, so I pulled that out too. This is where I put the poppies. They didn't make it. I've got to pull this garlic out, and I'm going to put some flowers in there. This is the Boston pickling cucumber, which is very productive. There's cucumbers all over of varying sizes. This is the other beef steak, looking really good. Got flea beetles over here as well, which I keep finding on this plant. This, I don't know what this is. The next 3, including this one, I believe are the San Marzano tomatoes. I did not mark them properly. So that's these as well. And then this one back here, which has been struggling since I put it in, and it may be because this big Cosmo is in here, I don't know. This is the National Pickling Cucumber, also producing nicely. There's another large size one down there. And then that's it. I am waiting on this one, which this looks like it's a little baby Moon and Stars watermelon. I've been watching it for about the past week, and I see other male flowers have come and opened and closed, And still that little baby hasn't opened yet. So I hope everything's okay. But I'm gonna come and lay some more compost down on them before mulching this week. More cosmos. These are some poppies that self-seeded, whatever. So that's it for what's going on in the garden today. Oh, scarlet runner beans that are growing on what I wanted to be a living wall, which I haven't attached the top of it yet, but they're starting to flower. So that's cool. I see where something got to this one. I think a deer pulled off some of the leaves, and so it's looking really wilted. I don't think that's gonna make it, but I've got some others that look pretty good. So we'll see. I didn't hammer that in well enough and it fell, so I got some work to do this week. But that's the garden at the end of June. I don't think I showed this side. These are more cowpeas. Yes, I did. Okay.